palm on her. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke on you when I see you.
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play? I didn't even want to talk about this. But the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old. And it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well. And he only released what she was saying.
Why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men.
This whole mess with Shannon Sharpe getting slapped with a $50 million lawsuit just took a wild turn. And now, Katt Williams is out here saying he tried to warn Shannon this exact drama was coming. But Shannon didn't want to listen. When Katt pulled up to Club Shay Shay last year, he didn't hold back. He straight up told Shannon that being a black man in the spotlight, acting reckless, chasing random flings, and lacking self-control was a dangerous game. Katt warned him that living like that, no discipline, no boundaries, was gonna backfire. Now fast forward and boom, we're right in the middle of it. Shannon's being dragged into court by an OnlyFans model who claims he did some seriously twisted stuff to her when she was 19. And he was 54. And the internet lost it when Shannon admitted to doing race play with her. That's not just scandalous, it's disturbing. People online are now giving Shannon the side eye, saying he totally set himself up and might have just fumbled a whole legacy. Folks are talking like he threw away generational wealth all because he couldn't keep things in check behind closed doors. And here's where it really gets suspicious. This lawsuit drops right as Shannon was about to lock in a massive $100 million media deal.
Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
The timing is crazy. On top of that, just a few months ago, whispers were floating around that Shannon and Katt were planning a follow-up interview on Club Shay Shay. Now that might be off the table completely. This situation's spiraling, and Shannon might be watching his empire fall apart in real time. Now people are starting to put the pieces together. Was this lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe really just some random event? Or is there something bigger going on here? Some fans think Shannon's being silenced, all because he gave Katt Williams a mic and a stage. But the real question is, what exactly did Katt say that's got everyone thinking he predicted Shannon's downfall? Well, let's break it down. This lawsuit just took a serious left turn, and it's looking more and more like Katt saw it all coming way before anyone else did. Months ago, Katt supposedly told Shannon to fall back, stop wilding out, cut off the fake people around him, and stop giving the powers that be any dirt they could use against him. But Shannon? He brushed it off. Now everything's unfolding exactly the way Katt warned. And here's the part that's got fans shook. If these so-called gatekeepers really are out to cancel Shannon, they didn't even have to lift a finger. Shannon handed over the mess himself. Just look at those wild texts he released, where his accuser talks about humiliating him with race play. Who even shares that kind of stuff?
The interview.
If you think about everything he said that was going to happen, it came true. And the fact that he's saying, I held back a little bit, he probably has stuff on people and he just using jabs instead of throwing that haymaker.
There's a possibility that you might hear the haymakers very, very soon.
So now, imagine being 54 years old and letting a 19-year-old white OnlyFans model treat you like you're some kind of twisted experiment. Fans ain't sugarcoating it anymore. They're calling it what it is. Perversion, zero self-respect, and the type of behavior the elite circles love to expose once you stop playing their game. And just in case you missed all this madness, now you're caught up. Because this mess is bigger than just a lawsuit. It's about power, control, and how fast they'll flip on you when you stop following orders. On Sunday, April 20th, everything blew up. News dropped that a woman, going by Jane Doe, filed a serious lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe in Nevada. She's accusing him of assaulting her multiple times during a short-lived relationship that allegedly started after they crossed paths at a gym in LA back in 2023. Jane Doe isn't just out here alone. She's got powerhouse attorney Tony Busby backing her. That's the same lawyer who's been going after Diddy on behalf of several women and even tried to come for Jay-Z in the past. This dude's known for shaking things up big time. According to Jane Doe, things started off as casual and consensual, but she says it all went dark real quick. She claims Shannon met her when she was just 19 and he was 54, and he allegedly chased her hard until she gave in and agreed to date him. But once she did, she says everything flipped. Shannon allegedly began treating her like some kind of object instead of a human being. She's accusing him of choking her, threatening her life, secretly recording their private moments and leaking that footage without her permission. And get this, she even says he made creepy comments about doing things to her that would leave her ruined so no other man would want her. That's beyond disturbing. The lawsuit also says Shannon somehow managed to get inside her apartment complex without her permission. Like, how did he even pull that off? But it gets even more intense. Jane Doe claims there was a moment where he totally lost control, and during the whole blow-up, she spotted a gun close by. She says she was so scared she tried to drop her location to her friends using her iPhone, but Shannon allegedly caught her doing it. This isn't just a messy breakup. These accusations are straight up chilling. According to the lawsuit, things took a terrifying turn. Jane Doe says that once Shannon realized she was trying to send her location to friends, he allegedly grabbed her by the neck and threatened her life, telling her, "If you ever do that again, I will effing kill you." That moment shook her to the core. After that, Jane Doe claims she tried to back away from Shannon completely, especially after that viral moment on IG Live back in September, when he accidentally streamed himself with another woman named Michelle. That messy situation made headlines, and Jane Doe says it was her breaking point. But apparently, Shannon wouldn't leave her alone. She alleges that just a month later, on October 6, 2024, Shannon forced her to perform an intimate act on him while holding her down, even as she was crying, and it didn't stop there. Jane Doe says he assaulted her again after that, and then a third time during a separate incident in January 2025. The lawsuit paints a dark picture of who she claims Shannon really is. It says he's not just a sports legend. He's a flawed, narcissistic individual who's used his fame, status, and influence to control, manipulate, and mistreat women. Jane Doe is taking this to court hard. She's demanding a jury trial and $50 million in damages, hoping to stop what she calls a pattern of abuse. And Shannon? He didn't stay silent. As soon as the lawsuit dropped, he hit back with a public response through his lawyer, Lanny Davis. In that statement, he named Jane Doe, revealing her identity as Gabriella Zinga, a woman who's already got a following online, especially on OnlyFans and Instagram, where she goes by the name She Is Carly. This case is turning into one of the most explosive celebrity lawsuits in recent memory, and things are just getting started. But here's where things spiral even deeper. In Shannon's official statement, not only did he deny everything, but he tried to flip the script by sharing some seriously graphic text messages he claims came from Gabriella Zinga. But instead of clearing his name, it backfired big time. These leaked texts made fans even more uncomfortable. Shannon was already getting clowned online for hooking up with a 19-year-old at his big age, and now people are flat out disturbed after hearing he was deep into race play. That's not a good look, especially for someone who's spent years building a clean public image. One of the alleged messages Zinga sent to Shannon said something wild like, "I want you to put a big black baby in me, and you better crave it because you're gonna be stuck with it for life." That quote had the internet shook. And instead of sympathy, Shannon got more backlash. People saying he exposed himself even worse trying to fight the case. Shannon's lawyer clapped back, saying this whole lawsuit is nothing but a blatant and cynical attempt to squeeze millions out of Shannon. He claimed it's packed with lies, twisted facts, and straight-up fabrications, and that it's going to fall apart in court. The statement also threw some shade at attorney Tony Busby, hinting that he's planning to drop a private video of Shannon and Zinga, allegedly trying to spin it as something non-consensual when, according to Shannon's side, it wasn't. Shannon's team insists this was all part of a fully consensual relationship, filled with role play, dirty talk, and fantasy scenarios that Zinga supposedly requested herself. His lawyer doubled down, saying Shannon completely denies any claims of force or misconduct, especially the serious accusation of rape, and that he's refusing to bow down to what he believes is a straight-up blackmail attempt. And as for that audio clip Jane Doe released, Shannon's lawyers say she edited the hell out of it, chopping it up to make things sound way worse than they actually were. They're saying it's all smoke and mirrors, and now it's a full-on legal war. So now Shannon's taking things into his own hands. He dropped a video online where he straight up called the lawsuit a full-on shakedown and accused attorney Tony Busby of targeting black men. He even dragged up Busby's failed attempt to go after Jay-Z, claiming, "This is just the same script, different actor." Shannon didn't hold back. He said Busby is twisting the narrative in the media and vowed to sue both Zynga and Busby for defamation. But just when you thought he was standing firm, things got real messy behind the scenes. Shannon's own lawyer had to admit that earlier this year, Shannon offered Zynga a massive payout, $10 million, to make all of this disappear quietly. So while he's out here calling her a liar, he also tried to throw money at the problem to make it go away. Now fans are asking the real question. If it's all lies like Shannon claims, why not just take it to court from the jump? Why offer millions to stay silent if there's nothing to hide? Of course, Tony Busby didn't waste 1 second firing back. He jumped on Instagram saying Shannon's hush money offer is proof he's scared and that his client has the receipts. Busby posted, "On the one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers claim this case is baseless. On the other hand, they've admitted Mr. Sharpe offered $10 million in writing not to file the lawsuit. That is a true statement." And to top it off, Busby confirmed that Jane Doe turned the offer down. That means she's not backing down anytime soon, and she might be ready to air out even more. This legal drama is turning into a full-blown public showdown, and both sides are swinging hard. Instead of taking the hush money, Jane Doe decided to go full throttle with the lawsuit, and now things are exploding. Shannon's team is reportedly trying to discredit her by digging into her past and even doxing her, while also turning their fire on Tony Busby himself. But Busby isn't folding. He fired back, saying, "We're not going to be deterred by these tactics." And just when you thought this whole saga couldn't get more unhinged, new reports claim Katt Williams allegedly warned Shannon more than once that his wild behavior and lack of self-control would blow up in his face. Katt had supposedly been trying to put Shannon on game, telling him that his personal choices, especially the reckless ones, were the exact kind of things the higher-ups would use to take him down, and it's looking like Katt was spot on. Let's not forget, Shannon's name has been floating in controversy for years. There have been rumors about him being on the DL, whispers that he leaked his own private footage to shut down gay speculation, and now this twisted mess with a 19-year-old OnlyFans model that includes race play? The streets are talking, and once Shannon gave a platform to outspoken stars like Katt Williams and Monique, both of whom have publicly called out powerful industry players, it's like he put a target on his own back. After all that, Katt reportedly told him straight up, "Clean it up or crash out," but Shannon didn't listen. And now, it looks like the crash is in full motion. With this lawsuit blowing up and fans connecting dots all over the place, many aren't offering much sympathy. They're saying Shannon brought this on himself and should have stayed far away from the toxic Hollywood scene and the trap that is chasing young, clout-chasing models. Unlike Katt Williams, who keeps his life private, moves smart, and stays far away from shady industry parties, Shannon Sharpe was out here doing the most, acting wild at nearly 60 years old. And now fans are saying he basically set himself up. Even if the industry really is out to get him, people are pointing out that he gave them the ammo. No one forced him to chase after a 19-year-old or get caught up in race play situations. So whether it's a setup or not, Shannon made himself an easy target by living with zero discipline and poor judgment. One fan put it bluntly, "The more I hear about this Shannon Sharpe mess, the more I'm looking at him sideways. Dude's a straight weirdo. 54 years old and messing with a 19-year-old while doing race play? Nah." And they're not alone. Award-winning journalist Ernest Owens didn't hold back either. He said, "A 54-year-old black man was engaging in race play with a 19-year-old white girl? I'm not supporting Shannon Sharpe. Period. The end. It's legal, but it's also disgusting." That comment had social media on fire. And someone else chimed in with a brutal take saying, "Time and time again, Shannon Sharpe just proves Katt Williams' point," calling back to Katt's iconic quote, "You have an unnatural allegiance to losers. That's not like you. The internet is not letting this one go." So what do you think? Is Shannon being punished for giving a platform to people like Katt Williams and Monique? Or did he just ruin his own career by moving sloppy and ignoring every warning? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. And before you dip, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next bombshell update. See you in the next one.